Hi, preparing TET. Want to score more mark in TET easily? 1 mark questions can decide your test results. Let's practice the most important 1 mark questions and answers from Unit 3 now. What is the taste of sugar cane? Sweet. What is the taste of lime? Sour. What is the taste of bitter gourd? Bitter. What is the taste of salt? Salty. What is the taste of betel nut? Astringent. What is the taste of ginger? Pungent. How many basic tastes are shown in the picture? 6. Which taste makes the mouth pucker? Astringent. Which taste is associated with chili-like spiciness? Pungent. Which food items gives a bitter taste? Bitter gourd. Which food items give a sour taste? Lime. Which food items give a pungent taste? Ginger. Which taste is produced by salt? Salty. Which food item gives a sweet taste? Sugarcane. Which food items give an astringent taste? Betel nut. Where did Mani's family live? In a village near Senji in Viluppuram district. Which vegetable did Mani like very much? Potatoes and lady's finger. Who saved potato curry one day? Amma, that is mother. Why did Mani refuses to eat potatoes? Because he thought that they were foreign vegetables. Who said potatoes were brought from vegetable shop? Selvi. Where did Amma buy the potatoes? From vegetable shops near the bus stop. Who said Selvi was too small to understand? Appa, that is father. What did Mani say about potatoes? Potatoes are not from India. What did Mani's teacher advise? To buy and eat locally grown food. Why should people buy locally grown food? To support local farmers and reduce transport. In which district in Senji located? Viluppuram district. What lesson did Mani learn from his teacher? We should prefer locally grown food. What kind of vegetable is potato according to the lesson? A foreign vegetable. What else did Mani's teacher tell the students? To use things made in our country. What did Mani think he should avoid at the movie theatres? Answer, popcorn. Which drink did Mani's family mention he could not order? Pineapple juice. Which soup was mentioned in the conversation? Tomato soup. Why did Mani think he should not eat these foods? Because he thought they were from other countries. What did Amma explain to Mani? Many common foods came from other countries. Which crop is used to make popcorn? Corn. Which vegetables did Amma say come from other countries? Potatoes, tomatoes and lady's finger. Who corrected Mani's misunderstanding? Amma. What did Mani learn from the conversation? Many foods we eat today originally came from other countries. Is tomato originally from India according to the lesson? No. Is corn originally from India according to the lesson? No. Did lady's fingers come from India originally? No. How were foreign vegetables brought to India long ago? By sea. Who brought those vegetables to India? Merchants. Why did people come to India in olden days? In search of spices. Which spices especially mentioned in the lesson? Black pepper. Who sailed to Kerala from Portugal? Vasco da Gama. From which country did Vasco da Gama come? Portugal. To which state did Vasco da Gama sail? Kerala. Which place did the sailors reach and find black pepper? Kozhikode. What did the sailors take back to their country? Pepper or spices? What did merchants exchange between countries? Goods such as vegetable and spices. Who brought many vegetables to India? Portuguese. Which vegetable is mentioned as brought by the Portuguese? Potato. What did Mani say about a potato? It had travelled so far. Who called the potato a foreign visitor? Amma, that is mother. What did Selvi pull out of the curry? A long green chilli. What did Appa call chilli? A foreign fruit. Why did Appa call chilli a foreign fruit? Because chilli also come from another country. How did Mani and Selvi react after learning about potato? They quickly began to eat it. What does the lesson teach through the potato story? Many common foods in India came from other countries. What is the visitor from distant lands referred to this page? Answer, potato or chili. That is foreign vegetables or fruits. Where did chili first brought in India? Goa. What spice was used before chilies in cooking? Pepper. What was the earlier name of chilies? That is Kovai Mirchi. Name 2 countries where chilies were first used in cooking, India and Sri Lanka. What types of chilies are mentioned? Long and thin, fat and stabby. What did Selvi and Mani look at on their plate? Chili. What did Selvi say about chili's journey? It travelled a long distance. Why did Mani say chili is important in food? It makes food delicious. What happened when they bit the chili? It was hot and spicy. Why did they decide to eat the chili to avoid wasting food? How did chili spread after being used in India and Sri Lanka to many parts of the world? What taste does chili add to food? Spicy taste. When Amma said, "Don't upset a foreign visitor," she means what? Chili. Selvi asked, did they come from an aeroplane? Because she did not understand her mother. Amma bought the vegetables from the shops. Who first brought these vegetables to India? Foreign merchants, that is Portuguese traders. Who came to India from Portugal in search of pepper? Portuguese traders. What did Amma mean when she said tomatoes, ladies' fingers and corn came from other countries? They are foreign vegetables, not originally from India. What does foreign mean? Belongs to another country. Who are merchants? People who trade, that is business. What does sailed means? Traveled by ship. Who are Portuguese? That is people of Portugal. What does popular mean? Well known. What does delicious mean? Tasty. Give one example of a foreign vegetables mentioned. Tomato, corn, lady's finger. What is a person who teaches called? Teacher. What is a person who writes called? Writer. What is a person who acts called? Actor. What is a person who bakes called? Baker. People from Portugal are called Portuguese. People from France are called French. People from China are called Chinese. People from America are called American. People from Sri Lanka are called Sri Lankan. People from Spain are called Spaniard. People from Myanmar are called Burmese. People from India are called Indian. People from Thailand are called Thai. Red peppers have which vitamin? Vitamin C. Red chili is also called paprika. 1 pound is equal to how many grams? That is 450 grams. Mint leaves help to cure what? Upset stomach. What is the title of the poem? I Dream of Spices. Who is the poet? Raj Armugam. What is the name of a boy in the poem? Raj. Where did Raj's mother send him? To Muthu's shop. What did mother ask Raju to buy? Cinnamon, betel leaves, ginger and garlic. What did Raj do on the way to the shop? He sang all the way. Who is Muthu? A shopkeeper. What did Muthu ask Raj? What he wanted. What did Raj actually say at the shop? Sesame seeds, onion, tomatoes and pickle. What mistake did Raj make? He forgot the items his mother told. What did Raj's mother do when he returned? Twisted his ears. What did Raj say when his ears were twisted? Oh, what is cinnamon? Bark of a tree used for flavor. What is garlic? A small bulb with a strong taste. What does rattle of mean? Recite quickly. What are sesame seeds are called? Gingerly seeds. What does arch express? Pain. Who wrote the poem I Dream of Spices? Raj Armugam. Who is Raj Armugam? A poet and writer. What type of poem does Raj Armugam write in this lesson? A simple, child-friendly poem. What is the main theme of Raj Armugam's poem? That is daily life and spices. What style does Raj Armugam use in this poem? Simple and easy language. What is the main character created by Raj Armugam? A boy named Raj. What lesson does the poem by Raj Armugam teach? To listen carefully and remember instructions. Is Raj Armugam's poem easy for children to understand? Yes. What feeling does Raj Armugam includes in this poem? Humor and everyday life situation. Why is Raj Armugam's poem interesting? It relates to real life experiences of children. What type of poems does Raj Armugam usually write? Simple and imaginative poems. Does Raj Armugam write only for children? No, he writes for both children and adults. Name one theme often seen in these poems. Nature, daily life, imagination. Are Raj Armugam's poems easy to understand? Yes. What is special about his writing style? Simple and creative language. As Raj Armugam received literary recognition? Yes. For what is Raj Armugam's mainly appreciated is poetry. In which field did he receive awards? Literature, poetry. Is Raj Armugam a well-known writer? Yes. Why has he received awards for his contribution to poetry? Who is Raj? A little boy. Where did Raj's mother send him? To Muthu's shop. Who is Muthu? A shopkeeper. What did mother ask Raj to buy? Cinnamon, betel leaves, ginger and garlic. What did Raju buy? Sesame seeds, onion, tomatoes and pickles. What is alliteration? Repetition of the same starting sound in words. Give an example of alliteration from the poem. Mother, twist my ears. Why did Raj make a mistake? He forgot his mother's instructions. What lesson does the poem teach? Listen carefully and remember instructions. Who came into village one day? A tired traveler came to the village. How did the traveler feel? He was tired and angry. What was the village like at first? It was dark and unhappy. Whose door did the traveler knock on first? He knocked on a woman's door. What did the traveler ask the woman for? He asked for something to eat. Why did the woman refuse to give food? Because everyone in the village was poor and hungry. What did the traveler pick up from the ground? A large round stone. What soup did the traveler say he could make? Stone soup. How did the woman react to the idea of stone soup? She laughed. What did the woman finally do? She let the traveler in. What did the woman place on the fire? A pot of water. What did the traveler put into the water? The stone. What two things did the traveler first ask to improve the soup? Salt and butter. Who brought salt and butter? The women. Who came to home while the soup was cooking? The woman's husband. What vegetables did the husband bring home? Onions and potatoes. What did the traveler say would make the soup even nicer? Onions and potatoes. What drifted out of the house? The smell of the soup. Who followed the smell of the house? A neighbor. What did the neighbor bring? Carrots and beans. Why did the neighbor bring vegetables? Because he wanted to taste the soup. What brought many villagers out of their homes? The news of the stone soup. What meat did the traveler mention in the soup? Chicken. Who brought chicken for the soup? A farmer. What did the farmer put into the pot? Pieces of chicken. What did the traveler say after tasting the soup? Perfect. To whom did the traveler serve the soup? To every villager. What did the villagers think about the soup? They thought it was magic. Was the stone used up after making the soup? No, it was still old. What did the villagers realize at the end? The soup did not come from the stone. What did the traveler do after drinking the leftover soup? He continued his journey. What change happened in the village afterwards? The villagers began sharing with each other. What kind of place did the villagers become? A happy place. What is the main idea of the story? Sharing and cooperation bring happiness. Why did the traveler make stone soup? To encourage the villagers to share food. What was boiling in this pot at first? Water and a stone. What did the traveler do before asking for ingredients? He tasted the soup. What did the woman ask when she opened the door again? Yes. What did the husband say about the stone soup? Impossible. What did the villagers smell? The delicious smell of soup. What did the traveler use to taste the soup? A spoon. What did the villagers call the stone? A magic stone. What lesson did the villagers learn? Sharing makes life better. Who was the cleverest character in the story? The traveler. What was the traveler's plan? To make villagers contribute ingredients. What did the villagers contribute together? Vegetables, butter, salt and chicken. What happened to the villagers after the event? They became generous. How did the story end? The villagers become happy and united. What kind of story is stone soup? A moral story, folk tale. What kind of story is stone soup? A moral story, that is folk tale. What moral does the story teach? Unity and sharing can solve problems. What is given to the paddy plants after watering? Manure. Which phase is called the growing phase? Planting and watering. How many days does the growing phase take? 35 to 90 days. How many days are needed for manuring? 35 days. What happens in the ripening phase? The crop ripens. How many days does the ripening phase take? 30 days. Which stage comes after ripening? Harvesting. How many days are needed for harvesting? 10 days. What is the last stage shown in the chart? That is drying. Which phase is also called the storage phase? Drying. How many days does drying takes place? 100 to 120. What crop is discussed in the lesson? Paddy or rice? Why are rice grains dried? For storage. That's all. Unit 2, 1 mark questions and answers gets over. If you want more videos, like, share and subscribe Chem Free Tutorial. Thank you.